In the US, the average age for a victim to first be trafficked is between 11 and 14 years of age. It's this thing that's impacting our young kids in this country that we can't wait to educate our kids about human trafficking until they're 16 or 18, but it's something that we have to strategically educate in an appropriate way for our young kids to realize that they are vulnerable to being trafficked.
So at Operation for Freedom, we believe that prevention is the key. And that is being able to look out at the people that you rub shoulders with every day, maybe the children you see at the school, at Sunday school, your children's friends. And the way we prevent is by educating. Because if we don't know what we're looking for, then how can we reach out and help? So one of our main goals with Operation for Freedom is to educate as many people as we can to go back to their community and rub the shoulders with vulnerable and make a difference.
Less than 1% of victims that are trafficked are ever abducted. What that means is that victims are victims because of somebody they know and are close to them, a family member, a teacher, a ministry leader, somebody of authority that sees a vulnerability, and there's a spectrum and a list of vulnerabilities, that sees a vulnerability and uses that vulnerability against that person to get an outcome that they want. In our world, in our case at Operation Freedom, that's sexual exploitation and human trafficking.
At Operation for Freedom, we love to mobilize everyday people as volunteers into some of the worst neighborhoods affected by human trafficking. We believe that the everyday person can make a huge difference, and it expands our ability when we have teams come in mass numbers to where we can distribute flyers for children that are lost and missing in these neighborhoods across the greater Las Vegas area and every major city in the US. That's why we love it when teams come in to serve with us, because if it was just us doing this on our own, we wouldn't nearly be able to get as many flyers out to reach these families that are in crisis, that their child has gone missing. That's one of the reasons that we love to focus on mobilizing volunteers here at Operation for Freedom.
One of the things that we really focus on as an organization is the vulnerable. That's a major part of what we do. That's where traffickers intersect with the victim, is that intersection of vulnerability. And if we can eliminate vulnerability in our communities, in our small towns, our rural communities, in our cities, if we can impact vulnerability, then we can impact trafficking long term. And so we strategically go into demographics where trafficking is happening. There's a high crime rate where we know women are being exploited based on their specific vulnerabilities, and we impact that vulnerability first. If we're reaching a vulnerability and providing a need, then that's something that a trafficker can't provide or a groomer can't provide for that person. We want to reach them first before traffickers get to them.
One thing that we are educated and learn about while we're here is it is in your community. I think we often think that it's just in the metro areas and the big cities, or it's not happening where I am. But what we teach people is that it truly is everywhere. And grooming and sex trafficking are happening all around us. We just need to be made aware of it so that we can go in and make a difference.
Our team is so passionate about direct outreach. I think that's probably some of the core components of what we do. We decided years ago as an organization, we're going to find the vulnerable and we're going to offer hope. And so we're going to go out onto the streets and face-to-face find victims where they're at and offer them a chance to get out of the life, to have a life that they choose to live, not some controller who has groomed them into this life, but this is a moment for them to accept hope. That's the offer that we give them, hope. And it's a chance for them to come out of the life and choose the life that they want to live.